I'll start at the top and say a special thank you to everyone who made the time possible, especially Cheryl Painter and Tabitha Bailey with the San Anthony Memorial Hospital Marketing Department. We spent countless hours planning, emailing, and having these meetings, and without them, this definitely would not be possible. Also, Chris Baders is the marketing, Dennis Baker, plant manager, Kim Lockett with food and nutrition, Rick Oldham with security, Jennifer Wilson with nursing manager, along with Teresa Rutherford for letting us use this wonderful facility. Special thanks this year, we did have 2 incentive winners, David Zink from Granite Fire Protection District and Jamie Jones from Fairfield Fire Department. The 15th anniversary of 9/11, it's hard to believe it's been 15 years. In fact, many of you have seen online this year's high school freshmen will be learning about this as a historical event as they were not born during the attacks. 9/11, as we all know, was the largest attack on U.S. soil since Pearl Harbor, a day no one will forget. 2,996 people were killed that day, including 343 firefighters and over 6,000 injured. Since then, over 1,400 9/11 rescuers alone who responded to Ground Zero have perished due to 9/11 related illnesses. And today we honor those men and women. Each and every climber has received an FDNY ID badge of fallen firefighter. If you haven't, come see us. Each having their own family, their own friends, their own heroic story that tragic day. Now, as firefighters, first responders, police officers, and everyone in this great country, we have a responsibility to remember and celebrate those lives lost. To come together as a community and a nation to honor those heroes. All of the courageous men and women who put themselves directly in the harm's way to protect citizens like ourselves should never be forgotten. Definitely should never be taken for granted. And that's again why we're here today, to celebrate those heroes, to celebrate America as a country and its people rebuilding and coming together as one nation under God. Now, we touched on it briefly last year, but really need to focus on the positive. That being said, the news, the media, TV, Facebook, etc., they don't really highlight the story of those heroes and the jobs they did that day. On average, it's said that on average 75,000 people were in the towers that day. Those numbers not including the Pentagon and Flight 93. 75,000, just take a second to let that sink in. As everyone in Lower Manhattan was running for their lives, these men and women had a job to do. A dedication to their job, their city, and their country. Modern day angels. Knowing how bad it was, they suited up and entered the towers, sometimes 70-plus floors with full gear and high-rise pack, which is roughly about 100 pounds a year. Now, approximately 72,000 people were said to be rescued that day out of the towers and escorted to safety because of these men and women in the towers alone. I just want to take a moment to say, I've done this climb before. Some of you guys are returning. Not to get too savvy with you, but today as you climb those stairs, your body's telling you to give in, your legs are giving out, your back is tightening. When everything inside you is telling you to give up, remember those firefighters on 9/11/2001 saw what was in front of them. Most of them knew this wouldn't end well, but they pushed fear aside, pushed pain and exhaustion aside, and gave everything they had to saving as many individuals as they could. Think about their brothers, their families, their friends, everything they sacrificed. And use that fuel your hearts and push yourselves. So today we remember, we honor, we climb for those men and women who give the ultimate sacrifice, protecting their community, giving their lives to others when they live. But before we bring up our first guest speaker, I'd like to let you know a little bit about where the money today is going. This event is the National Fallen Firefighter Foundation. The foundation is near and dear to all firefighters and their families. When a line of duty death is reported, the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, the coordinator of local assistance state team in the state is notified and they make immediate contact with the chief of the affected department. They come in for mutual aid coverage, help the family with funeral activities, as well as spiritual and behavioral health assistance. Now, our first guest speaker is the only contact in the state for the National Fallen Firefighter Foundation, is the head of the local assistance state team. That would be in charge of these duties in the event of a line of duty death in Illinois. You guys would please welcome up Effingham Fire Department Chief Joseph Holland.
Every day, firefighters put their safety on the line. Sometimes, despite their best efforts to do everything right, firefighters do die serving their communities. The United States Congress created the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation to lead a nationwide effort to remember American fallen firefighters. Since 1992, the tax-exempt nonprofit foundation has developed and expanded programs to honor our fallen fire heroes and assist their families in Poland. The first stair climb held to support the mission of the National Fallen Firefighter Foundation was was held on September 11, 2005. When 5 Colorado firefighters convened at a high-rise building in downtown Denver to climb 110 flights of stairs in memory of the firefighters from New York who were killed in the terrorist attacks. On this 15th anniversary, I ask you also to remember the steadily increasing number of firefighters who were working ground zero that day, and the weeks and the months following, who are now developing medical issues. Thousands of firefighters have battled or are now battling cancer and other related illnesses caused by the toxins from that catastrophic event. To give you an idea, 7,000 firefighters and EMTs from New York are currently dealing with injuries that they sustained that day. 5,400 have been diagnosed with lower respiratory diseases such as asthma, bronchitis, emphysema, or pulmonary fibrosis. 5,200 have been diagnosed with upper respiratory disease such as vocal cord disease and cancer. 3,700 have been diagnosed with mental health issues related to the conditions they saw that day. 5,400 have further been diagnosed with reflux disorder. 1,100 have developed cancer. Over 44 have died to date, even though they were receiving treatment. The foundation purpose is to provide travel, lodging, and meals for immediate survivors of fallen firefighters being honored every year. This allows survivors to participate in Family Day sessions conducted by trained grief counselors, both on the private and public sector. The foundation is expanding currently the National Memorial Site in Emmitsburg, Maryland, to create the first permanent national park for all firefighters in the United States. The park includes a brick wall of honor that connects the Memorial Chapel and the official national monument. As of yesterday, 58 firefighters have died this year. Since 2001, 1,804 have died, including the 343 on 9/11. I thank you all for attending and supporting not only the firefighters and public safety professionals in our own communities, but across the U.S. And I leave you with this quote that many on 9/11 fulfilled. Courage isn't that you can see what lies ahead. Courage means you'll advance not knowing, but doing at all costs. Stay safe.
Fire Department. Our next guest speaker is the CEO President of HSHS St. Anthony Memorial Hospital, and the one that initially allowed us, I believe I emailed you one night at like 11:30 p.m. Hey, I got a crazy idea, we should do a stair climb. And she was more than welcome, with their staff were able to do it, so please welcome up Teresa Report.
Good morning. On behalf of HSHS St. Anthony's Memorial Hospital, I would like to welcome you to St. Anthony's for the honor of this stair climb. It is in remembrance of those who gave their lives 15 years ago. The thing I would encourage us to remember is that for every one of them, families' lives were changed forever. So it's a far broader circle than just those men and women. They make that choice every day, and families either benefit or sometimes struggle because of that. We are honored to partner with the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation and our local firefighters to provide the location for this climb. For the past 2 years, we've opened our doors and our stairwell for the honor stair climb. And we are privileged to collaborate with our local firefighters in their efforts to honor the memory of those who gave such great sacrifice by giving of their lives. Like so many in our community, we have great respect for our firefighters for multiple reasons, but probably because of our history with firefighters who fought to save our hospital in 1949. Just like on 9/11, while many lives were lost in the fire here in 1949, many lives were saved because of the heroic efforts of our firefighters. And our hospital is actually St. Anthony's Memorial because, again, like today, we should never forget what happened on those days and the lives that were changed forever. So again, we never forget. We are also proud to host this event because we, along with these firefighters, dedicate our lives to serving others. It is a promise that we do not take lightly. Our doctors, nurses, and staff are committed to doing whatever we can to save lives, and oftentimes it is in collaborative effort with our local police, EMS, and firefighters. I'm personally impacted by some of this because I'm the wife of a retired firefighter. I know what it's like for those families every day to think about sending those loved ones to work, knowing what could be the outcome, and how that's a dedication not only for those firemen but also for their families. On behalf of St. Anthony's Memorial Hospital, thank you to those who selflessly give of themselves to protect each of us and our communities each and every day. Your sacrifice is worthy of our praise and admiration, and we will never forget. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Real quick, forgot to mention, we'd like to thank Painted Fire Department that houses this up here. It's actually a piece, one of the I-beams from one of the twin towers in Manhattan. If you guys haven't got a chance to see it before you climb, before you leave, you're more than welcome to come up here and take a look. All right. Now, along with the Mavis 54 Honor Guard, we're going to have bell service by Jim Walters, Effingham Fire Department Second Assistant Chief. So you guys please welcome up.
The men and women of today's fire service are confronted with a more dangerous work environment than ever before. We are forced to continually change our strategies and tactics to accomplish our tasks. Our methods may change, but our goals remain the same as they were in the past: to save lives and protect property, sometimes at a terrible cost. This is what we do. This is the chosen profession. This is the tradition of the firefighter. The fire service today is ever-changing, but it's steeped in traditions nearly 200 years old. One such tradition is the sounding of the bell. In the past, as firefighters began their tour of duty, it was a bell that signaled the beginning of the day's shift. Throughout the day, night, each alarm was sounded by a bell, which summoned these brave souls to fight fires and to place their lives in jeopardy for the good of fellow citizens. And when the fire was out and the alarm had come to an end, it was the bell that signaled to all the completion of that call. When a firefighter had died in the line of duty, paying the supreme sacrifice, it was a mournful toll of the bell that solemnly announced a comrade's passing. We utilize these traditions as symbols which reflect honor and respect on those who have given so much and who have served so well. To symbolize the devotion that these brave souls had for their duty, a special signal of 3 rings, 3 times each, represents the end of our comrades' duties and that they will be returning to quarters. And so, to those who have selfishly given their lives for the good of the fellow men, their task completed, their duty well done, to our comrades, their last alarm, they are going home.
Alrighty, thank you to the Mavis 54 Honor Guard for the bell service. So it was Jim Walters, Second Assistant Chief, Effingham Fire Department. Alright, one of our last guest speakers I'd like to welcome up is Carol Gaspis, Mavis 54 Chaplain, Director of Pastoral Care here at St. Anthony Memorial Hospital. Is going to lead us in prayer. Welcome up.
Let us center ourselves, please. Dear God of comfort, we lift to you our prayer this day on the 15th anniversary of 9/11. We ask you to surround us with comfort, protection, and your divine providence. September 11th was a day when we as a nation lost so many. We will take this time to honor the men and women who lost their lives. When we struggle with the questions behind these events, help us to know that we are never alone. Guide us with the courage to know that when we stretch out our hands to you, We feel your embrace in the arms of our neighbor. May we always remember that we are one family in this world. Help us to know that our pain is yours, and the tears of our family fall on your heart. Guide us as a nation, and help your people to never forget how so many laid down their lives for their friends. Bring us your grace to hear the small voice of the crying in the wilderness. Bring those who are suffering your comfort in our embrace. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
All right, guys, almost ready to go. We thank you with Carol Gaskins. So we pray. Our Nation Support Chaplain, Director of Pastoral Care here at St. Effingham Hospital. Our last speaker is one of the guys that helped make this possible. He's also a coordinator with myself, Jonathan Pahokee, Battalion Chief of Shumway Fire Protection District.
He didn't tell me that I was actually a speaker. I'm just the guy that's going to let you know and tell you how everything's going to go. I want to thank everybody for coming on, all the departments that are here. We truly appreciate your support and being here with us today. This concludes our program for right now. Due to the size of the stairwell and with the regulations of the hospital, we can't allow people to go into the stairwell and actually watch the line because it's somewhat crowded. What we do ask is that everybody exits line the halls as we make our way down to the stairwell and help support the guys as they get to the stairwell. I'm going to ask now that the firefighters and people that are climbing go ahead and stand up and go get your gear on. As they exit, the people that are helping us in the stairwell, the hospital staff and the fire teams, please go ahead and take your spots.
With John Pahokee has helped put this together again this year, the third annual climb. Interestingly, the Sunday morning, I know, Jared, that you can't schedule emergencies, can you?
No, never can.
So talk about who you have here as far as different companies.
This year, the National Fallen Firefighter Foundation's website, we were able to expand out a little bit, and we got people from all over Illinois. I know Fairfield's the first time they've been out here. They showed up with 7 or 8 guys, and we got a lot of people from Mavis 54 locally, and a lot of citizens, first responders participating this year, so it's really cool.
Let's go back for people who aren't familiar with it. Talk about where the idea for this came from and how it's coming to fruition.
A few years ago, we just decided a few of us wanted to do it. So we came out the first year with just 6 or 7 of us, and then last year we made it a National Firefighter Foundation event. It's the only one in Illinois. It's the only one within like 300 miles. Got with them and was able to expand and make it a little bit bigger, do it the right way, and actually we're able to raise funds for the foundation and look to raise over $3 grand this year.
Can you give us a little bit of, I know Joe talked about this, some about how the money will be utilized?
Absolutely. Since it being hot, I've been doing I've been down the stairs already. No, the money where it goes to is the foundation, and what they do is there's line of duty death anywhere in the country. They get on the ground within 8 to 24 hours. They help out spiritually and with behavioral health counseling, help plan the funeral, help certify the benefits. I mean, families, worst time of their life, you know, they come in, they support the family, which is very near and dear to all of us. Because if it happens to any one of us, they'll be here for us. So we can help out. It's always good to.
Thank you very much for keeping this tradition alive and helping us remember better.
Absolutely. Should be back here next year.
This is Jared Estes, who is ambulance service staffer, who is a firefighter. He knows what this is about, and we appreciate his work on behalf of the firefighters and all the emergency service providers in our area. I'm Greg Stair.